Next up, we have Pandemonium by Dunderpatrullen, featured in Geometry Dash is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you're gonna use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server, the gaming channel, how to request songs if you're not on the live stream. I have a spiel for this and a bunch of other things, including that members get early access to the content, that kind of stuff. Spiel at that at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitarded, so please keep that in mind. With that, let's go ahead and do this. Pandemonium. Let's go. Okay, so we start with a very simple, straightforward drum and the bass. The bass giving us a bass line that has a melody to it, which could be our initial motif. Motif being, of course, our smallest version of a musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else can come from. Then we have the drums slowly being faded in. We have a quick fill over here, and then we bring the full thing. Let me go back a couple of seconds. Let's hear it. So yeah, there we go. Vocal samples in the background for texture. Ooh. Okay, now we have another synth in the higher end. We heard this one a little bit before, but there you go. We have a synth higher up giving us a bit of I would say parallel motion. I'm going to say parallel motion. So when it comes to melodies, you have the study of counterpoint, right? Counterpoint being the study of melodies, how they are, how they develop, how they interact with one another, usually in the context of two or more at the same time. I'm going to say similar motion, probably. Counterpoint is usually measured in motion. Motion being the direction in which the stuff is heading. There's three main types of motion. There's parallel, there's contrary, and there's similar. Contrary. Contrary. Okay, contrary motion. So parallel motion is when you have two melodies that are going the same way, just from different starting points. It can be octaves. It can be stuff like thirds. It can be like fifths, right? Stuff like that, as long as they are doing basically the same overall ideas from different starting points. Contrary motion, it just means one is going one way, the other one is going away. That kind of thing. And then we have similar motion. This one can be that both melodies are kind of doing the same thing. It can be species counterpoint. Species is when it's rhythmic, when you have a certain amount of notes per note, right? Like I usually use let me bring the harpsichord, right? For this one type of similar motion, as I said, species counterpoint, that both of the instruments are not really playing the same number of notes, but the direction is still there, right? So I always use this one. So they're both mostly going the same way, they're mostly doing the same thing, but not quite. That's one of the ways that you can do similar motion. And the other one is when you have both melodies going pretty much similar ways. They're doing the same rhythms, but they're not necessarily doing the same overall melody, right? That kind of thing. So right now we're having some sort of parallel motion between the bass and this melody up above. The melody still basing itself off of that bass line. The bass line in this case is our motif. The harpsichord is called that because it played 6 chords. No, it's because of the original. I know that you're joking over here, but it's because the original design looks like a harp. As you see over here, the harpsichord, the design of the strings over here kind of look like a harp. So it's the harp that you can play chords, and yeah, it's the harpsichord. So yeah, harpsichord is one of the earlier instruments before the introduction of the pianoforte, as what we know as the piano. And these instruments, yeah, they sound incredible. All of them sound incredible. So yeah, we're having that. Let's see where this goes. Really cool. Oh, there's a third one. Ooh, new melody. Still based on that initial bass line. And we do one of the, doesn't pianoforte mean quiet loud? Yes, the pianoforte is the full name of the instrument, this instrument, and is because it was the first keyboard instrument that could play piano. Piano means quiet. Quiet, and forte means loud. So it's literally the quiet loud, because instruments like the harpsichord, the clavichord, clavicembalo, all of these previous predecessors, the mechanism was fairly limited. It was a binary system in which you would press the key, and the mechanism plucks the string, you release the key, and maybe the mechanism will mute the string. But there wasn't really... It didn't really matter how hard you hit the keys, it would only give you one particular sound. Whereas the pianoforte, the mechanism is so much more complex that you can actually play these quiet or loud. Very, very, very cool. So yeah, the pianoforte is having this, and then of course right now we are having a very, very efficient way of developing a melody, which is repeat the same melody, just play it up an octave. Octave is just the same scale, just repeat it up or down. So let's say I have this melody over here, right? So yeah, I played the melody twice in the same way, then I did a cadential one, and that was it. So just repeating the same melody and just doing it an octave higher adds a little bit more drama. It adds more tension, helps you with that. So yeah, let's see where this goes. Yes, Aurora, yes, 100%. There we go, we go for that high note. Ooh. Okay, so we take a quick 90-degree turn. We bring in the like chiptune sounds over here, doing some arpeggios, right? Arpeggio. I can't do things today. Arpeggio, when you play a chord one note at a time, right? So here's, for example, C major. Here is arpeggiated. And you can do many variations. Right now, what are we doing? We're doing downwards arpeggio. That kind of thing. I cannot for the life of me play piano, right? That kind of thing. We're having some arpeggios, still doing that parallel motion. Let's go back a couple of seconds because I did hear a change. Let's see. There we go. We have the bass. Okay, and these are engaging in what is called chromaticism. Chromaticism is when you borrow from the chromatic scale. Chromatic scale being all 12 tones on Western music, right? That's going to be your chromatic scale, and chromaticism is when you borrow from that. Let's take, for example, the key of C major. That's C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, which is all the natural notes or all the white keys in the keyboard. So that leaves us the other 5 notes that if we were to use them, we would be using chromaticism. So what are we doing right now? We're doing a chromatic descending line. So we're having these... We're adding that extra chromaticism. It smoothens the distance between notes, and it brings extra flavor. Borrowing notes. Let's see where this goes. We'll have other synths giving us extra effects. We still have... Okay. we bring in like a more orchestral side to this. A lot of changes to this, but we are still keeping that original bass line a little bit hidden right now, but it is there. So that original motif is still going. Yeah, I can see the influence from like a boss fight, the producer over here, or maybe it's backwards. We don't know, but it's still really cool. Let's see where this goes. Arpeggios from one of them, building up again for like a drop or something. Oh! Chromaticism there with the melody, new melody. Parallel motion. Oh, a little bit of syncopation over there to add a little bit more extra spice. Syncopation, of course, when you play against the beat or against your metronome. In this case, what did we do? We placed those, like we pushed back the hitting of those notes there to give us that very climactic sound to this phrase. Really cool melody variations on the original motif, engaging it a little bit more chromaticism. I love how we keep developing the melody in these really cool ways. So let's see where this goes. I'm sorry to hear the ballad. Alright, there we go, the chromaticism. Good for you, Alright, we kind of reset the mood. Arpeggios again. Variation of the bass line. Off the ramp. Oh, and off the ramp we go. Off the ramp, of course, being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there's no official academic definition for this, or at least I'm choosing not to use it for the sake of simplicity. And off the ramp is what I call a specific type of transition, what we just heard now, that makes your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land, right? And how do you do this? Remove the drums, maybe the bass as well, which is kind of what we did over here. It can be as short as a couple of beats, can be as long as an entire section. Exactly what we did over here. Let me go back a few seconds. Let's hear it again. New version of the melody, arpeggios, parallel motion without harmony, very cool. Slowing down the drums again. Lot of different textures, not much in the harmony there. Bringing by the arpeggios, chip tunes. Recapitulating a little bit off the ramp again. We bring back the chorus. We have the chime now giving us those arpeggios. We bring in the timpani rolls there. Really cool. And Vietcong Fighters, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the mosh pit. Welcome today. How you doing? The timpani, of course, being these really cool bass drums. These have a special place in the orchestra because these drums, unlike a regular bass drum, which even though it has pitch, we don't really count it to have a note. These ones do play notes, so you can use these as basses as well. However, in real life, these, as you can see, there's only so many that you can have, which means they can only have one note at a time, and changing notes, it's very difficult for these, so it's very difficult to compose for these. Very difficult to compose for these, but they're so nice. We're introducing them right now, and a roll is basically we're just rolling the R's, basically. Let's see where this goes. Medieval, welcome today. How you doing? I love that chime. Alright, bringing back some of the synths. Building up for... Ooh! A little bit of extra rhythmic displacement over there. Rhythmic displacement. Of course, syncopation is a way of rhythmic displacement, but as the name suggests, is when you displace something in the rhythm, usually to push something down so that it sounds later, or rush something up so that it sounds earlier. When you're making music, you're doing one of two things. You're building tension or you're resolving that tension. That point in between, we usually call the cadence. Now, when you engage in rhythmic displacement for your cadence, for the resolution, what happened over here is we push down the moment at which the beat drop, and what that does is it creates additional phantom cadence that just makes your resolution that much more pronounced. We bring back the melody. Let me go back a couple of seconds. Let's see. Extra there, and there we go. We bring in multiple instruments, chromatic system, the ultimate version. So we bring the ultimate version of this track. Of course, we are in the climax of this piece. Climax is usually going to be the last 1 to 2 minutes of your track, depending on the length of the composition. But in this case, you want to bring back as much of the material as you possibly can. You want to make the sound as glorious as you can. In this case, we're doing some doublings here. Doubling being when you have more than one instrument playing the same thing at the same time. We have multiple synths here, giving us this really cool texture going on over here. We're doing variations of the melody and using almost all of the techniques we've seen throughout the piece. So let's see where this goes. What did it mean? I have no clue. I can't read. Syncopation. Alright, we're bringing things back down. Bass and drums. There's one more thing, giving variations. Holding a note. We're building up for... Ooh, very intense. Sounds like a solo, like an outro solo. Yeah, this sounds more like an improvised solo for the outro. It's not quite fitting the melodies we've done so far, but it sounds pretty cool. Which is, you know, what solos are for. You're not necessarily gonna have the same what's it called, the same solos, like the same melodies in your solo as before. You can develop on them, or you can just bring something completely new, and as long as it sounds cool, you can get away with it. Let's see how this ends. Oh, there we go. We bring it one more time. We have those last hits. And there you have it. What a trip this was. That had a lot of changes. But we kept the essence of the motif pretty consistent. And that allowed Dunderpatrullen to give us so many really drastic changes without losing the essence of everything. Very well balanced. Really cool. There you have it. That was Pandemonium by Dunderpatrullen, featured in Geometry Dash, is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a Layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here, musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you're going to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server. That's where everything gets announced first, whether it is the videos going up on the channels, the streams going live, updates, announcements, whatever it is, everything gets announced there first. And of course, we have the community right there. We hang out, we chat, we steal memes from other people's servers, claim them out as our own, and it's where I host the Vintage Story server. Used to be a Minecraft mod, now it's a standalone game. I like it better, so I'm hosting the server. It's free to join. You just need to do your own copy of the game, so there's that, right? If you have questions, just let us know. Join the Discord, linked in the description, and become a member of the community today. Share these videos with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. With your online and offline communities, go share these videos with everybody that should know. Also use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that, linked in the description. So, another reason to join the Discord server. Yes, musicians, artists, Dunderpatrullen, or anybody else out there on YouTube or elsewhere. This is an open invitation if you want any of my musical skills for any of your projects, whether it is my guitars, Mongolian throat singing, you know, the little ooh, kind of thing, regular singing, voice acting, whatever it is, reach out, let me know. Let's make stuff together, let's work together, let's make stuff. And if you're in the audience and you know somebody that could benefit, reach out, let them know. Please do not harass anyone, please do not spam anyone, be cool about things, don't be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs. That's up to 1 week in advance, so become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I'll be linking in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. It has the instructions on what to do. If you are on the live stream, you can go ahead and start requesting for the final round of the day. If you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. We stream live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. Again, 6 p.m. Central Europe at this time at least. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch. Another reason to join the Discord. So if you live in Pichi Parga or Parga, and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch, and it's going to show in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings when they happen. Recorded live during the main channel's after show, and then the recordings go here. Linked in the description, or just search on YouTube. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And, yeah, there you have it. Pandemonium, Dunderpatrullen. That was really good, dude. Really, really good stuff. But, yeah, let's move on.